How's it going today? Is Sunday. We're taking a look at the different opportunities available up there. I thought every Sunday or so, perhaps starting with every Sunday, but most likely I'm going to be doing that every weekend going forward. We will see. Within the city, I'm going to be taking a look at finances available up there, where businesses can source finance and different opportunities up there. Let's take a look within the city at Bristol University, right? Myself, I have a company in Bristol, so I thought I might be able to cover this opportunity, or perhaps let's do something slightly different and or try to understand some of the opportunities and perhaps process of working within this university. Uh, I have I have found this opportunity. I can share a screenshot of everything what's happening on briefly, right? And myself is actually my personal experience, right? So I know that university in Bristol. I'm not entirely sure if that's the one, but I know that I have done enough research to understand the top research and development expenditure on universities in UK. So that's the research what I was doing. At first place, as a time that I was taking a look, that was Oxford, right? I have to reach out to Oxford already, and I think it's number six at the time. I was looking at some of the expenditure on the research and development was Bristol University. I don't know if that's the one. There might be a number of universities within Bristol, right? So I thought, where they're spending and who they're collaborating with already. So I need to understand some of that information. Perhaps they themselves are interested in solving very unique problems. That some of those problems might be, I don't know, perhaps law, accounting, some of the soft skills, right? Compared to perhaps engineering or so to say, right? So humanitarian, I don't know how they would classify some of those studies, right? So perhaps it is more the key interest of this university and solving and all what kind of students they might have depending, right? I don't know. I really don't know most of the things. Perhaps that those kind of areas would be more important, right? But I have seen that they do have share a screenshot of university enterprise fellowships, right? So they do offer those. So it would not necessarily be a completely new thing for this university, so they're working with the students, right? Or perhaps they might be interested in working with the businesses. I cannot find this opportunity, right? Or perhaps I need to do a little bit better research, but I thought I would take a different angle, right? Myself, I will try to reach out to this university coming from a business perspective, and I'll try to understand what will the process can look like of business working with university. If those people can think for themselves. If I need to speak with a person who can make decisions, not necessarily administration staff, well, that would be key interest of university. That would be key interest of the business of working together and solving real existing world problems. So that should be important, right? Some of the universities not necessarily key in doing any of that, right? So since we're covering Bristol, I thought I might as well cover Bristol University and try to understand what the process can look like, right? Okay, there might be some opportunities there. I'll share one with people who might be interested in improving engagement and what may be required of working with some of your universities, including one in Bristol, right? So they have some projects out there. One that I managed to find would be Set Squared Bristol, and that would potentially be how they have dedicated team, right, within the university already. That's a good start. So they have some sort of, so to say, infrastructure. That infrastructure was launched on 2002, right? So it's over 21 year when they have established that infrastructure. So they have perhaps expertise when it comes to operating and working together with businesses. And it seems that they're covering a wide range of the area. Or the nearest business incubator is a long-standing enterprise partnerships between the University of Bath, Bristol, Exeter, Southampton, and Surrey, which specialize in growing technology startups throughout the world-class business incubator programs. So there's a one project of that. Let's try to find a couple more of those, just in case. But I don't know. I might be able to find it or try to take take a look at this university from different angles, right? What I'm looking to accomplish, business partnerships. That's what I'm looking to accomplish. I need to reach out to a dedicated team within the university. Or I personally believe that would be within interest of universities to have this kind of team and build this kind of relationship. So that would be smooth transition where a person would build their skills and those skills can be implemented down the line, and it would be very smooth onboarding process that would be less costly for business onboarding this expert from university. So what they're teaching, well, they're perhaps teaching from books, which is great. What they're teaching it for perhaps working, we're preparing that student for potentially placement, work placement. So that process myself, if I can, I would like to do as smooth as possible. The person one day he comes into university, takes his diploma, and then certificate. Great. Next day, he can be sitting by the table. I don't know, counting his bank account, all the money that he makes. Everyone can benefit from the economy, improve all the good things, right? Let's make this process as smooth as possible. To do that, I think there more, if not, if there isn't already, right? A lot of businesses are interested in collaborating and working with those universities, right? Myself, being from our operating perhaps my business in Bristol, or perhaps I can raise awareness, improve engagement, do all these great things, right? And we're taking a look at a good period of starting new year. That perhaps is, if it's not already, perhaps worth taking a look at some opportunities there. So that would be business partnerships, right? Is something that I'm going to be looking at, and or looking to understand the process, and or if there is a person, how can I contact this person, how I can sit down and understand a little bit better of the process of any business engaging with universities. Okay, we have covered two different, perhaps both of these programs that I have covered might be run by different people. Usually it's still not enough. Usually I need to take a look at different angles. I'm keep looking for those angles, right, to tackle this problem of working a business to work with the university. I'm trying to find another angle, right? And let's take a look at partnerships. The partnership team focuses on developing and supporting university-wide partnerships culture by providing expertise and or guidance on working with all kinds of partners to ensure the greatest value generated for the institution and its partners, including managing a portfolio of universities' key partnerships. The main statement of what the partnerships team does are managing and governing on institution portfolio and key partnerships that meet the university's strategic and ethical ambitions. Great. Managing university-wide key partnerships to generate multiple benefits and deliver value for institutions and our partners. Great. Next one, developing, maintaining, and or making accessible a range of resources to ensure successful partnerships working. Great. So this is so there might be some portals, right? So I'm gonna jump in that portal and see if there's another angle. How many angles do they have? Let's try to understand all of those. That portal might be only for internal, not necessarily external, or there might be onboarding process. Once your organization might be on board, they might give you access. From what I understood, right? I'm doing this for the first time. I'm trying to have a little bit of fun with Bristol. I'm not trying to get in trouble myself or anybody else. I'm just trying to have some fun, I guess. Well, again, usually the people out there they might be busy doing their own projects, not necessarily I have covered a number of projects, so there might be one, two. Let's try to understand another angle of how to tackle this problem or business trying to work with university. How keen are some of those universities of doing anything together? Again, that's my own personal experience, right? How interested those universities might be, right? Let's take a look at impact development. Well, want to engage with our research? Okay, okay. Good luck. But let's try to understand the process. Want to engage with our research? The impact development team works with academic and develop ideas, source and relevant funding, identify external partners to create, commercialize, and extend the impact of the research and the world. We do this by a number of ways. The team manages impact accounts that provide funding and or enable researchers to bring the gap between the research output, applying research to world challenges, and gathering significant economic and social and all culture benefit. Okay, great. So there's a lot of information there. So there might be highlighted haters, right? So there might be different teams. So we're taking a look at perhaps some of those teams might be very effective. I don't know doing what, but some of those teams might be very effective within university. Usually, in my experience, no one, there's no response. Again, so this is how keen those teams are affected. I don't know if there's any people are monitoring some of those emails, if there's a word taking a look at, if anyone reaching out, and what was the process, right? So this is a process. Okay, so there's another number of projects. Myself, I'll try to reach out to some of those process, some of those teams within the university and try to understand a bit better of the process of working together with businesses. Might be worth taking a look at some of those opportunities and try to understand those a little bit better, right? So I just taking a look at one of those opportunities there. That would be how they have defined impact acceleration accounts. Let's try to understand some of those accounts, right? So money has been allocated. It was allocated, from what I understand. UKRI has awarded Bristol to a total of 4.2 to 7 million over 3 years drought impact accelerators account to support critical early stage translation or transition, impact of UK research. The funding will support pilot and proof of concept projects that allow universities to provide a pipeline of new technologies, disruptive ideas, and create content. We all about this content on this channel. Finance, a little bit of drama. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. That are ripe for development and scale up. Right. I'll attach perhaps at this point, or perhaps they have used the colorful language, but there's this different stages, right? Technology readiness levels, and perhaps so what they perhaps trying to cover within those sentences, that would be progression, right, from idea phase all the way to large scale development. By providing a catalyst that allows projects to grow and to the next level, and funding promise to maximize the benefits of university work, leading research bring to the social and our economy. So I don't know if this funding was allocated already, and if what way the process for other businesses getting into all this action, right? So there might be another team within the university. So I have covered, I don't know, so it's three perhaps different teams as far as I know, and I'm trying to understand the process. What would the process can potentially look like of any business to work with university? And I'm doing a deep dive with Bristol University, but I don't know. There are some of those opportunities perhaps been used already, but I don't know. Some of the time frames that I can see would be 2022, 2025. So if money is there, how any business can engage and or have access to some of those opportunities. That's what I'm trying to understand. Okay, let's take another angle, right? And or business and how business can collaborate and work together. So well, I'm trying to understand what will be the entry point, right? So I have covered three different teams that might be busy doing or whatever people have been doing. They were hard to do, right? Let's try to understand what will be the micro. Let's lower the bar, right? How can I perhaps reach out to this team, and what do I need to say? What kind of words do I need to say that the business is interested in working together with them? Do I need to read their strategy first? So we would have something to discuss. So there might be a strategy, or when it was already given to this university, right? When it's there. And this university now it needs to collaborate with this business, but no one knows. Perhaps that's a strategy that I'm trying to take. But anything, how we can start this relationship, right? What was the entry level, right? So perhaps setting up, having a chat, trying to understand strategy, what money been allocated, working in solving what kind of problems. This is what I'm trying to understand. Perhaps starting with a smaller project, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, not necessarily 5 million, right? Projects. Let's start with the smaller ones, close those within the time frame of 6 months, and progress into larger projects, right? And from there, potentially a transition from university, developing this workforce, if the people are interested in working, perhaps into business environment, and completing some of the projects might be very smooth transition. At least that's the overall bigger picture, right? A smaller picture, it could be people not having enough time or underfunded or too busy doing many different projects. So the process can look like access to experts, right? So they have experts, and perhaps there's a different ways of how many businesses can reach out to UC University and try to understand how they can access that knowledge and experts, right? Let's take a look at one more way how to access different universities. Okay, there's one more. Let's finish on that, but perhaps there's more opportunities within different universities, or perhaps even with this university. I'm looking to engage with this university and perhaps increase engagement for others if they are interested, right? Some of the business was built on some of those areas, right, and or facilities, right, is something that we're taking a look at within this particular team. So perhaps they have facilities. Within those facilities, there's a lot of equipment that they have tied up a lot of capital in. So capital was invested and the equipment is sitting there. So perhaps there would be a lot of opportunities how business can access those equipment or facilities, right? Some of the business was built on that. People or businesses trying to access facilities. So this is what we're trying to acknowledge here. So money been invested, equipment is there. How business can access this facilities and this equipment, right? Perhaps there's the teams there. So myself, I'll try to reach out some of those teams and try to understand the process of accessing some of that and what the process can look like. Well, just solving a problem. So that's why I'm interested in solving a problem. How can they do that? Am I gonna have to have access to some of the equipment, right? I don't care about equipment. I don't care. I don't care. Yourself, if you're interested in learning more, I have published a book, Project Fifth Flow. Within this book, I'm taking a look at different areas of health and focusing a lot on what would be required in improving health and or some of those areas within health that would be potentially rest periods, nutrition, and working out. So that would be a key three different areas that everyone should focus on when it comes to health and improving your health. If it's something that you're interested in, it's very beginner friendly, but there's a lot of information what I would consider professional level of where to begin and how to progress, right? And or potentially make money out of fitness if some of you might consider that, and perhaps some of you might find it entertaining. Some examples that I'm sharing within this book, as well as it's rich in information, and I think it's a good read. You can find it in QR code in the corner. I can put his website below. There's nothing but love for Bristol, so I'm looking to spread or share some of that love, right? And or perhaps improve engagement. I don't know if there would be a lot of people reaching out to already busy team. Perhaps that people start hating me for that, but perhaps they should be interested in improving engagement and or building those systems with less friction when it comes to collaborating and working together. But I don't know, perhaps all the teams within the university is very busy, right? And myself, I'll try to reach out to this team and see what with the process of working together, onboarding a business, and working together long term, right? And what with the entry or have smaller projects and progressing into building a larger projects, right? As well as engagement, and or that would be a key interest of many universities and working together, and or how they would develop those people or working together with those people, and potentially from university those people potentially would have a placement and work for the if they're interested in working and developing themselves later, and not necessarily sitting idle, right? Thanks for watching. I'll see you next one.